The day people started talking. The commute to and from my art school is nothing special. I take a city bus from one side of town to the other. It's always busy, but I usually find a seat. On the bus, I read or text my friends, making sure, like everyone else, not to look at other people. Half an hour later, I get off. But last Tuesday was different. It had been cloudy all day, and I'd just gotten on the bus when it started raining. Not just raining, but pouring. The bus was packed, but I squeezed into a seat and put my art bag in my lap. I was looking out the window listening to some music I'd downloaded that morning when the bus stopped in some traffic. This wasn't unusual, and I didn't think anything of it. But after about 5 minutes, we still hadn't moved. People were getting more and more annoyed. They were looking around and shuffling in their seats. The longer the bus stood still, the more annoyed people became. Finally, after 15 minutes, the bus driver made the dreaded announcement. "Ladies and gentlemen, there has been an accident up ahead. Unfortunately, it looks like the bus will be stuck here for a while." Nobody wanted to get off. It was still pouring rain, so we all went back to what we were doing before. Soon there was another announcement with more information. It was a big truck that had crashed in front of us, and we were going to be there for a long time. A loud groan filled the bus. Everyone started complaining about the crash, the rain, their bad luck, the inconvenience of the situation, traffic in our city. But then the talk started to change. People started talking about other things, real things. Complete strangers talking to each other like friends. I was fascinated and decided to join in. I struck up a conversation with a couple of tourists sitting across from me. They were from Spain and were only in town for a few days, so I recommended some places they should see. Next, I really surprised myself by talking with a businesswoman. It turned out that there was so much more to her than a suit. She spends her weekends mountain climbing and is going to take 3 months off next year to climb Mount Everest. How awesome is that? I'd been wrong all my life. Business people are a lot cooler than I thought they were. I decided to get up and stretch my legs. At the back of the bus, I met a woman who had been a student at my school 7 years before and knew lots of my teachers. It seems they were just as strict then as they are now. She asked to see my artwork. I showed her, and she really liked it. Throughout the bus, people offered each other food and drinks. A young woman took out her guitar, and soon people were singing along. It was so much fun. At one point, we heard there was a diabetic man in the front of the bus who needed help, and a man sitting near me jumped into action. It turns out he's a nurse and knew just what to do. When he came back to his seat, we all welcomed him as a hero. After 2.5 hours, we started moving again. Everyone clapped and cheered, and some people, strangers 3 hours before, even hugged. Of course, this experience really didn't change anything. I took the bus again the next day, but none of my new friends were there. All the faces were different. Although people were polite, they weren't nearly as friendly as the people from the day before. So I sat down and started texting, not looking at other people, same as usual. But I'll never forget the day the bus stopped and people started talking.